AITA for refusing to come clean and ruining my ex-husband's relationship? Throwaway account. I, 42F, divorced my ex-husband Chad, 42M, for cheating with his current wife Rebecca, 30F, a few years back. I'll spare the details, but basically something Chad did set off alarm bells, so I did some snooping and discovered a paper trail that led me to Rebecca. I was furious and hurt, but instead of confronting him about it then, I waited and collected evidence. I found Rebecca on social media and joined one of the online clubs she was in. We had the same interests, so it wouldn't be of a red flag if either Chad or Rebecca found out, and I just played it cool. I waited until after our youngest was in school so I could get a part-time job and got Chad to pay for my certification so I could get a better job. During this time he would go on trips, book hotels, buy gifts, etc. With a secret account that I was able to access because I know Chad well enough to guess his passwords and that he only sets his alerts when someone tries to use it. After I had moved certain things out of the house without his knowledge and convinced him to take his name off of my car, I handed him the divorce papers of the hotel lobby he was in waiting for Rebecca. I had tons of pictures of them together but only showed 3 of them when he tried to deny and 2 more to his family when he tried to send them after me. Chad was up for a big promotion, so I told him that we could either get this divorce over with or I could kick up a fuss which would make his employers reconsider his position. After I made it clear that I didn't want any alimony and that he could keep his retirement, we went our separate ways. Shortly after that Rebecca got pregnant and they got married, and she aggravates to no end, but since my kids never complained I was willing to just suck it up. Then recently, Rebecca decided to get a little arrogant and publicly criticize my parenting because my child didn't do so well at the end of the school year and how she'd raise her child to be smart. In the heat of the moment, along with some built-up anger, I lied and said it wasn't very smart of her to tip off the wife that she was the AP. Chad wasn't there, but his mom and sister were, and he called me that night to ask about it. He always wondered how I found out, and instead of telling the truth I said that Rebecca was the one who tipped me off with the photos and told me when/where they'd be. And for some strange reason Chad asked me to keep our kids for the whole summer, which I was willing to do in exchange for getting them on Christmas. I heard a few weeks later that Chad and Rebecca didn't have a very good summer. Rebecca has been messaging constantly about this, but if it doesn't have anything to do with my kids, I went silent mode. I was talking to my brother about this and he thinks that while it's understandable why I lied that it was still wrong, but since I don't care about Rebecca or Chad I have to ask AITA.